Hello everybody, this is the Lamley weekend walkthrough. That's where we kind of jump into some of the models in my collection. Usually try and keep a theme with them, and we definitely have one today. It is Sunday. It is the end of the Thanksgiving weekend. I just got home yesterday after a little road trip down to Arizona with my family to visit relatives. Road trips mean a lot of things. It means a lot of gross food, a lot of fast food, or that kind of stuff. It also means road tripping in a family type vehicle, so I'm going classic wagon. I got Auto World and Tomica Limited Vintage right here. And we're going to show some of my favorites to celebrate the Thanksgiving road trip weekend. How's that for a theme? All right. You guys saw the video that I did last week where I dropped this model, and I thought the Kingswood Estate would be a great place to start. So we're going to do that. We're going to jump right into our little display here, and we are going to jump into it. These are my favorite wagons. Some are Japanese, some are American. I'm sure we could go a lot deeper. You can share your favorite wagons for sure in the comments section, but we are going to start with the 1969 Chevy Kingswood Estate by Auto World. This is one of the first castings they did with the new premium. This is, in fact, I'm going to show you something that's kind of cool. I was trying to figure out the when these were done, and there's a date right there. This isn't necessarily the production date, but 11/1/2013 is when it was released, or around there. So this model is, about 4 years old. This is the debut of the Chevy Kingswood Estate. As Auto World always does, they release things in twos. So this is the first release in white, and there was a second release. You can see the black interior in green. The second this green one was put out in that classic 70s, even though this is a 69 model, but that classic 70s decade color with the wood paneling color, we'll say the wood paneling color, I knew we had something special here, and I jumped on board as quickly as possible. It even has the roof rack on it, which is pretty awesome. The only thing this model is missing is a kind of a wood grain finish. Most of these wagons, I think, had a wood grain finish on them, but the wood color is good enough for me. You see the realism, the scale with Auto World. We've talked about that a lot, and of course we have shown the Kingswood Estate a few times, but you're going to see all of them. Well, mostly all of them. Auto World loves to do the Ultra Red Chase models. That's what I opened last week. They do the Ultra Reds and the Ultra Raws. This is the Ultra Red. It shares the same date. I showed you the one. I could show it on the green one too, but it shares the same date. That's how you know it is the Ultra Red from that first release. They'll do some things a little different on the Ultra Reds to make them a little different from release to release, meaning so you know that one is from like the first release, another one is from the second release, so on and so forth. This one has the white stripe, the white color instead of the wood color on it. So you can see that the details are there. This was, it's about a 3% run of 3% of the entire run. This one I actually just acquired not too long ago. There was also an Ultra Raw, one of 10 of this one. I don't have it. If you know anyone that has one, I would be interested in, because this is the Auto World model that I'm most interested in being a completist on. All right, that was 11/1/2013. I'm going to show you a different date here now. Look right down there on the bottom, 7/31/2014. That is the second release of the Kingswood Estate. This one came in two colors. This is the first one. Kind of a gold tan copper color, I guess. Again with the wood paneling, just classic. I grew up in a wagon like this. It was a Ford. There was a Grand Marquis, but there was a one before that. Maybe a Crown Vic wagon? I can't remember. That's what we sat in the back. You can see this one even has the seats in it. I don't know if you can see through the window. See that? The back, that's what we called it. Maybe you guys called it that. Maybe you didn't. Other color is black with the wood paneling. These are stock colors as far as I know. That's something that's important to Auto World. All 5 of the first releases had this black interior. This one really makes the roof rack show, right, in black. Aren't these awesome? Aren't these awesome? All right. Got another date for you. There was an Ultra Red for that one. I don't have it. I might look for it. Okay. Dates are always in different places. There they are. Oh, let's go this way. There it is. 3/15/2017. That is earlier this year. The third release of the Kingswood Estate. I'm messing that up. There we go. Let's go the other way. There we are. Notice a difference besides the color. There's a couple of upgrades to this release in 2017 that Auto World did. Number one, the wood paneling is there. Notice that? Road trip on the license plate. They have now included the wood paneling on the side. You can open the hood too. I'm not going to do that. They also colored the interior. Notice the kind of gold color of the interior. How cool is that? You can see the back a little better now. That release in, what is that, a cream colored, kind of a cream yellow. And here's the second release. I love this one. Until the Led Sled came out, I think I would consider this one my favorite release in this baby blue color with the baby blue interior and the wood paneling on the side and on the rear. That is about as good as it gets when it comes to a wagon, in my opinion. You guys can tell me if you agree. And of course, there was an Ultra Red. No Ultra Raw. As far as I know, no Ultra Raw on this one. This one gets a white interior. The wood paneling stays the same. Notice the difference between this one and the last Ultra Red I showed. This Ultra Red goes with the white stripe, but the interior stays the same. This one, the wood paneling stays the same. The red color is there, the Ultra Red color, and the interior goes white. Plus, if all else fails, there's the date right there. 3/15/2017. Okay, those were all of the standard releases that you found in the store, and then Auto World went nutso and dropped this ridiculous hobby exclusive. I have showed this quite a few times. I'm going to make sure I got the date here right. There, 7/20/2017. That's probably either release date or when it was produced. I can't remember. I mean, or the month of production, something like that. This is the Led Sled drag wagon. It is based on a real car. Hudson, Iowa. I saw this. I was so excited about it. I previewed it for you. I've featured this several times, and I'll probably feature it more. Led Sled with the stickers on the windows. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Even when Auto World decided to make their own kind of stock rendition of the Led Sled, going straight black with the cool black mag wheels. Those aren't mag wheels, whatever those are. Details on the tires. What is it? I can't. There it is. BF Goodrich tires. Stickers remain the same. I love this wagon. Of course, the luggage rack on the top, the roof rack is gone. And that is one sporty looking wagon. I just love model of the year right there. Did they do an Ultra Red? Well, we know this if you watched the video from last week, which has now become a thing of legend. I opened this Ultra Red that I got from Surplus Goodies. You can see in this case, the difference is not only is that the color is now red, but notice the interior. They went with an Ultra Red interior. I don't know, sometimes they go with the white base, and they did in this case. That's what they've been doing with the Ultra Reds, at least currently. They just change it up. It's kind of cool how they do this. So you kind of know kind of the era it came from, or the year of the release. The more you look at Auto World, the more you realize how much fun they're having, how much detail they get into. And then, of course, the model that made us all cringe, the incredibly rare 1 of 10 Ultra Raw Led Sled. I bought for a lot of money. I opened it on video, and I dropped the damn thing. Clank, 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 but it survived. I guess if you're going to drop a rare model, you drop the one that's not painted, right? That is the Ultra Raw Led Sled. You've seen it enough, but I'll let it rotate a couple of times. I don't think they just kept everything raw about this one. You just know it because it's raw. That is one rare model. Not very many have been opened. That one has. I'll carefully put it back. All right. I'm not showing all of this wagon, but this is another of the of the Auto World wagons. This is the Ford. Oh, I'm going to forget. Oh, come on. What's this one called? Country Squire, right? there, the Ford Country Squire. This is the latest release of the Country Squire. This is the other classic wagon that Auto World has done. I've got all of them. I've got one Ultra Red. I will showcase this one a little bit later. This was of the two that were last released. I think this is the last two releases. They've done several of these. There was that one in kind of a, I don't know what you'd call that color, kind of a gold color, and then this one in very much a baby blue color. How pretty is that one? So that is the Ford Country Squire. We'll jump into that one. All right, you want to see a few Tomica Limited vintages? Let's go across the pond to Japan. If I talk about a Japanese wagon, at least among die-cast collectors, it's all about the Datsun wagon, right? Tomica Limited Vintage has done 3 Datsun wagons. It's all the same casting. This one, I don't know if the, right here, Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon van, they don't have the year on that. This model was produced in 2009. You can see this one, this beautiful stock rendition in red. We're talking about premium stock versions with Auto World and Tomica Limited Vintage. We're also talking about scale. So if you were to take, say, the Kingswood Estate and you parked it next to a Datsun wagon, guess what you'd get? You'd get that size comparison. Right? How cool is that? Love it when they go to scale. There's the wagon. They did 2 colors. That's the red one. They also did this one in kind of a gray silver color with a red interior. There's also a police wagon. I will show that another time. So that is the Tomica Limited Vintage Datsun wagon. How about a Skyline wagon? I got a couple of those. One of the most anticipated Hot Wheels models this year, and I just saw a picture of it, is the Hot Wheels Costco wagon. It is tremendous. Here is the stock version from Tomica Limited Vintage. You can see the surf line there running along the back wheel. Tomica Limited Vintage just some amazing stuff. These all came from Japan Booster. I can leave a link down below if you would like me to. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful model. The Costco wagon. I think there might be 1 or 2 more of those. I'll show those another time. I think some radio ones. How about the Ken Mary wagon? This one's a rarity. This is the Nissan Skyline, the Ken Mary wagon. They call it the van. It has kind of a van look to it, right? Because there's that thick, thick, thick panel in the back. Visibility must be impossible in this thing. But this one I love. Again, the surf line is there in the back. You know, it's that Ken Mary style with the way it splits. Front detail, side detail. How pretty is that? You would love to see, wouldn't you love to go to a car show and see one of these? I'd even take one that was kind of lowered a little bit if someone wanted to do it. It might be kind of a sad thing to see. Then here's just another one. There's several of them. I will walk through those another time too. This is one of the, I think this NHK is a radio station, I believe, in Japan. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Like a communications company. But again, fully stock. All right, how about a Toyota Crown? I have this in white, I have it in blue, I have a police version, I might have a couple other radio versions of this one. This is the Toyota Crown wagon. This one, is there a year on this one? I don't believe so. Yeah, it doesn't know year on that one. But again, notice all the details, and I have the second version. This might be a later version of the Crown wagon, I'm not entirely sure. This is also one of my favorite, just in terms of the sheer detail. This is the other Toyota Crown wagon that Tomica Limited Vintage has done, and we will see a police version and 2 colors of this one coming up maybe next month, I think. JapanBooster.com, you'll see where the pre-sales. You can actually order this one, the ones coming up, including the police wagon. This one in white with the white wall tires, and then again, I'm just kind of a sucker for that sky or baby blue color on wagons, and this one, look at the back. How crazy is that? And then this one has the really cool kind of the turn signals up above the headlights. See that? These are unique cars, to say the least. All right, I think I've walked through them. This is only a smattering. I showed you every Kingswood estate. That is definitely the bulk of this video. But between the Country Squire and the Datsun Wagon and the Toyota Crown and, of course, the Skyline wagons, there's some tremendous premium wagons out there. Japan, United States, and then we could get into the Euro wagons. One day we'll have to do that. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. It was a weekend walkthrough, family road trip edition. Talk to you guys later. See you tomorrow. Bye.